Hey Nash, what should we make?
Our friend Seize the Night wanted us to make Korean-inspired jalapeno poppers, so let's do that.
All right, let's make Korean-inspired jalapeno poppers. Welcome back to Chaos Kitchen, where apparently we've made all the jalapeno poppers, so we have to continue to invent more. After our French onion jalapeno poppers, our good friend Seize the Night requested a Korean-inspired jalapeno popper, something with maybe some kimchi, some gochujang. So, ask and you shall receive. Today we're gonna make a Korean-inspired or Korean-ish jalapeno popper. They should be delicious, pretty easy, and come together pretty quick. So, without further ado, let's go. First thing we're gonna do is make a Korean barbecue rub, a Korean-ish. This isn't authentic. This is me making up a Korean barbecue rub. So we start with some sort of a container. We go in with 2 tablespoons of gochujang or Korean chili flakes, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, a tablespoon of kosher salt, a tablespoon of brown sugar packed, a tablespoon of cumin, a tablespoon of garlic powder, 1.5 teaspoons of ground mustard, 1.5 teaspoons of black pepper, and 1.5 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. And then we just get that all stirred up. Stir it up. If you have any brown sugar clumps, try to break them up. And there we have our Korean barbecue rub. Boom, ready to go, put that aside. So then we're gonna make a Korean-inspired or Korean-ish barbecue sauce. So we start with a container. And no, you can't just say Asian ingredients. I don't think that works. At least we're using fairly Korean ingredients. So if I mess up, let me know, I'm trying. I'm not gonna be like Jamie Oliver and make Korean fried rice that doesn't have a single Korean ingredient in it. Yeah! Anyways, moving on, we start with a cup of soy sauce, followed by 3/4 a cup of brown sugar. Dark brown sugar probably would have been better, but this is what I got. And we want 2 tablespoons of minced or grated garlic, 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, about 2 tablespoons of gochujang. If you're not familiar with gochujang, give it a try. You could probably get it at most grocery stores. If not, you can order it on Amazon. It's a Korean fermented chili paste. It's really freaking good. It's a little, it's got a little spice to it, but it's got tons of flavor, tons of umami, very delicious. So about 2 tablespoons of that, 1.5 teaspoons of a gochujang or Korean red chili flakes, a teaspoon of sesame oil, and a teaspoon of grated ginger. Let me just get that all mixed up. I'm using a chopstick to make it more authentic. No, I just like mixing stuff with chopsticks. It just works. And then with a hot sauce pot on medium heat, we pour this in. Once we bring it up to a boil, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of pixie dust, because I forgot that earlier, and a cornstarch slurry that is 1 tablespoon cornstarch, 1 tablespoon water. Get that mixed in, stirred in. Then we're gonna lower the heat. We're just gonna let this simmer until it thickens to your liking, so probably around 3 to 5 minutes. And then once your sauce is nicely thickened, then we can go ahead and kill the heat and let it cool. And there we have our Korean-inspired dish barbecue sauce. So then we want to take about a cup of kimchi. You can buy kimchi. You could probably buy it from a normal grocery store. It'll be decent. Find your local Asian grocery store. It'll be better. You can order it from Amazon, or you could make your own. I store-bought this, I'll be honest. But we have made our own. It was actually one of our early on videos, so it's probably a video. The recipe's good, but me and the editing are probably kind of so let me know if you want me to make another kimchi video, because I'm happy to do it. So we just want to kind of dice this up. If your kimchi is super wet, you probably want to drain a little bit of the liquid, because we are going to add this to our filling. So we don't want to add too much moisture. A little's fine. Then we make our filling. So we take out a medium-ish bowl, I guess. Into that bowl, we add 1 brick or 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. We add all that diced kimchi. Whatever's left over, you can just, eat. Then we are going to add a tablespoon of our Korean barbecue rub, a tablespoon of our Korean barbecue sauce, and about a cup of some mozzarella cheese that you grated maybe yesterday and had in the fridge overnight. Or you can grate it right now, whatever, it's up to you. And this is actually the 2nd cup of mozzarella cheese I grated, because the 1st cup I grated was stolen by a certain furry friend of mine. Then we just mix this all together as best you can. And as long as it doesn't gross you out, folks, sometimes your hands are just literally the best mixing device you have at your behest. I don't even know if I use that word correctly. Just make a huge mess, because that's what we do here. Clean up your disgusting kimchi hands. And we set this aside. Then we take out some jalapenos and we get rid of this. And then 2 said jalapenos, we cut the tops off and we core them. So then we bring back out our filling. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I added a teaspoon of pixie dust to the barbecue sauce. I also added a teaspoon of pixie dust to the rub. So we should have a ton of umami flavoring in here.
Fuyo.
So then we take our guys, and there's no way this is gonna go through a piping bag, so we're just going to do this by hand. We just fill these guys up. Like I've said in the past, make sure and remove any air pockets because you want to maximize the flavor. So you wanna get these guys all filled with no air pockets, just like that, and then we put them aside. And then we just wash, rinse, and repeat. And as per usual, we made way too much filling, so we'll figure out what to do with this. That being said, I'm only making 6 jalapeno poppers, so this would probably make, on this one, I'm guessing 12. So if you wanted to make more than that, double the recipe, triple the recipe. But if you want to make 12, stick with what I just did. If you only want to make 6, maybe do whatever I did in half. Then we take some bacon. Make sure you have a few pieces of bacon cut into thirds, equaling the amount of jalapeno poppers you're trying to make. You'll find out why in a second. And here's the reason why. So you take one of your jalapeno poppers and a third of a piece of bacon, just sort of wrap that over the top. And then, like I've said before, you can do this however you want. This is how I like to do it. I take a whole piece after the third piece, wrap that starting at the top and then down around the base and then up and over, trying to get as much coverage as possible. And then we just take a toothpick and we stab it right through there. And then you just sort of massage some things around if necessary. But there we go. Then we just wash, rinse, and repeat. Then once you guys are all wrapped and look pretty, then we're just gonna go ahead and hit them with some of our rub. You want to make sure and hit them on all sides as best possible. And then we're going to throw these guys into our smoker at 275, about an hour to an hour 15. But sometime around a little after the midway point, we're going to pull them and brush them with that barbecue sauce. But for now, off we go. And after 45 minutes in the smoker, here's our guys. Looking good. And then we're just gonna go ahead and brush them with our sauce. Make sure and get them on both sides. And then these guys go back into the smoker or oven. If you don't have a smoker, that's fine. It'll work in the oven for another 15 to 30 minutes. And here's our guys right out of the smoker, but that center's gonna be lava freaking hot. So we're gonna let them cool and we'll be back in a second. And there we have our Korean-ish or Korean-inspired jalapeno poppers. And it's time for a bite. Cheers. It's really, really good. You get plenty of kick from the jalapeno, but then you also get some kick from the gochujang, but just the depth of flavor you get from all of that stuff we put in there is freaking amazing. You get a little bit of sour, a little bit of funk from the kimchi, but it works really, really well with the rich cheese and it just works. So if you're into Korean barbecue and you like jalapeno poppers, go make this one out of 10. And hey, that's what I think. Let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I got a lot going on and barely any time to dig holes, chase birds and squirrels, or play fetch. I think I need an assistant.
Well, check it out. We made these Korean-inspired jalapeno poppers for our friend Seize the Night that you wanted. And of course, we made a dog-friendly version just for you. Well, hey, here you go. What do you think?
Oh, dang, that's good. The smoky bacon, the snappy pepper, that rich creamy cheese, and all that crazy flavor packed inside. This one is a must try.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice.
Nash approves, I approve. Look, another jalapeno popper to throw in the arsenal. Seasonite, I hope you're happy. I hope this scratches the itch you had for a Korean jalapeno popper. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Love you all. If you wouldn't mind taking a second, go like, share, hype, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. If there's anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. And hey, if you like this video, go check out one of our other many jalapeno popper videos. More than is probably mentally healthy for a person to make, but somewhere over here. And just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, be good and peace.